Warning, Hebrews Toys Reviews is not intended for children. It is for adult collectors and people over the age of 18.
Mother-in-law. She owns a candy store. You could always knock that over if you wanna.
What, a candy store? I am an aristocrat of crookery, my dear man. No, I must devise something royal, unsuspected, sensational. A caper that'll make that Batman blow his brains out.
Hello everybody, Hebrew77 here for Hebrew's Toy Reviews, and today we will be talking about 1960s, or as other people like to call it, Adam West Batman Toy Review. Wait, I kind of said that a little crazy, but we're not doing a second take here. So today we will be talking about the Penguin. Now the Penguin has been in very different adaptations, which includes, all throughout the comic books, the TV show, the animated series. Well, there's been quite a few different animated series that he's been in, but they all sort of derived from the character that was played by Burgess Meredith in the 1960s. With the exception of Tim Burton's version of the Penguin, this was the typical version of the Penguin that they used throughout the Penguin's entire run. And today, we will be covering that exact same thing. So without any further ado, here is my 1960s Batman Penguin review. Here you have 1960s Penguin, and this is not the Target exclusive Penguin, but rather the Toys R Us exclusive Penguin, which when I was in Target the other day, I did see the Target version of this, and nonetheless, no better, no worse. As you can see from this package, his cigarette holder is kind of bending outward like this a little bit. I'm not sure if that was done purposely. This version of the Penguin, of course, has a monocle. And this, even though Tim Burton's Penguin is dramatically different than this version of the Penguin, the versions of the Penguin do not really differ all that much when you take a look at Danny DeVito as the Penguin. He still has some of the same qualities. He still uses a top hat, a cigarette holder, the monocle, and of course the infamous umbrella gimmick. In fact, he has more use of the umbrella gimmick in the movie than what you see in the 1960s television series. For example, oftentimes the umbrella would open up and it would be a gun, or it would be a hypno thingy, the thing that spins around, goes. Well, you've seen the TV show and the movie. Sometimes gas would shoot out of it. Sometimes he would use it as a helicopter. It had many uses, and then the TV show did not shy away from this. And I've got to say, this is a really good likeness of Burgess Meredith, the actor playing the Penguin. Now, of course, he was in a sort of a fat suit with fat makeup on. At the time, as we all know, Burgess Meredith was never really a big guy. And, he did an excellent job of sort of imitating a bird-like sounds when he talked. Now the penguin laugh, the quack, 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 that all came from the fact that Burgess Meredith had actually quit smoking for several years before doing Batman, and then when they had him playing the role of the penguin, he had to smoke. So when he started back again, the laugh actually came from him coughing. It was a cough that he had done, and he had coughed that way one time on the set, and they decided to keep it in there. And then he started sort of using that cough as the penguin's laugh, purposely. So here you see he's got the, this is a beautiful action figure. It is a wonderful representation of the 1960s penguin. As you can see at the top hat and the cigarette holder and the wonderful, tuxedo, umbrella in hand. The only problem I really have, the cigarette holder doesn't look like a cigarette holder with a cigarette at the end of it. It just looks like a long black cigar. There's no distinction there between the cigarette holder and a cigarette. There should have been painted white there at the end to indicate a cigarette. Of course, I can understand why they didn't want to package him looking like he had a cigarette for kids. However, this is, as you can see there, a adult collector toy, so I don't see why they would have had a problem with that. But overall, a really great looking figure, and one of my favorite characters on the animated series, or animated, well, yeah, I mean on all the series, especially the 1960s TV series. And what a time to be a Bat fan at that time, when you had these characters for the first time ever brought to life on screen. And remember, this is sort of the only sort of media we had on Batman at the time. Before that, they had the 1940s serials, but the 1940s serials had none of the major villains. It was either some scientist guy or some just run-of-the-mill bank robbers. So here in the back, you can see a more cartoon version of the Penguin. And now we will read his file card. That fettered fiend, the Penguin, is at it again. But never trust a red herring. If something seems fishy, the monocle-wearing mayhem maker will have something to do with it. With tricky umbrella weapons, this greedy, cold-blooded villain gives the Batman a run for his money. Now here, pictured in this illustration, he doesn't have his monocle. Well, yes, he does, actually. Right here, I do believe. But you can't really tell it. Now, it's on the right side as opposed to the left side. Well, hold on. Opposite of what it is on the actual figure. So overall, I would have to say I give this figure a thumbs up, and I highly recommend this figure for your Batman 1960s classic TV series collection. And he is available in the Target series as well. I just have yet to buy him at the Target series. And I noticed there was a guy on the internet complaining that he couldn't find the Penguin or Catwoman, and I found both figures quite easily. And I don't understand what his complaint was, that he couldn't buy Catwoman in Target. They wouldn't sell it to him or something. I forget what the situation was, but it was a weird situation, and I am sorry to see that kind of plight in any kind of action figure collector or adult toy collector, whatever the case may be. But anyway, that pretty much ends my review on the Penguin. He is a top tier figure. He would be an even higher grade figure had the cigarette holder been colored a little differently. But nonetheless, that does it for this review. Well, that does it for our Penguin review. And I know I'm not getting videos out, fast enough or as often as I should. But I am getting the videos out. So if you like what you see, subscribe. And I promise there are more videos coming. But until next time, just remember, knowing isn't just half the battle, it's the whole damn war. See you next time.
Spread your wings, Mr. Cagey Bird. We're flying you down to headquarters.
On what charge, boy wonder?
Illegal umbrellas.
Assault and battery disturbing the peace. We've got enough to put you back on ice, Penguin.
Oh, tut, Batman. I only make the umbrellas. What they do after they leave here is hardly my affair, now is it?